Hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. I, Riddhi Bakshi, have come up with another video for you guys. The first 3 to 5 minutes of your interview. These few minutes or the first few minutes for any candidate is very important. This is the time when you can build a good rapport with the interviewer. During the first few minutes of an interview, we see different emotions and different expressions, and candidates usually tend to fumble. And the first 3 to 5 minutes is nothing very scary. But yes, one question that is being asked, or the first question which is asked in an interview is, please tell me something about yourself. You know yourself better. No one knows better than you. But why do candidates fumble? Why do candidates have a different or a scary emotion on their face? It is you. You have to talk about yourself. It is nothing technical or nothing out of the blue that you are being asked. So why? This video will guide you on how you can be confident and how you can talk about yourself. So the first question in an interview is, please tell me something about yourself. Now when we ask this question, what do we expect? We can simply read things in your resume or your CV. But why do we ask this question? Because we would want to connect with the candidate. We would want the candidate to connect with us, to tell us about things which are not mentioned in the CV. Now, if I talk about or if I ask you, tell me about yourself, there are people who just finish talking about it in just 30 seconds. But the 3 to 5 minutes is very important. Now, how do you talk about yourself? When you are asked, tell me about yourself, you start with your name, your native place, and your current location. If, for example, you're residing in Nagpur, which area in Nagpur are you currently residing in, and which city or which state are you from? When did you move to this city? Then you talk about your qualification. When you talk about your qualification, you start from your recent or the highest qualification. If it is master's, you first talk about your master's, the university that you have pursued it from, the passing year, and it's your choice if you wish to mention your percentage or no. After that, you talk about your graduation, and same applies for HSC or SSC, right? You need to mention about the degree name and the passing year. The university name or the percentage is optional. If you want, you can mention it, and if you do not want to talk about it, you can just completely skip it. After you talk about your qualification, you can mention about your work experience. You first mention about the total years of work experience that you have. After mentioning about that, you start from your recent organization that you have been working with or associated with. The company name, the position name, the roles and responsibilities that you have managed in this particular organization, if you are serving your notice period or if you have already completed and served your notice period, and what was your last working date. After that, you can just move to the previous organization you have worked with, the position you were working on, and the roles and responsibilities you have managed. So if you have worked in 4 organizations, you can mention the recent organization to the first organization where you started your career from. After you mention about your work experience, you can mention or talk about your relevant work experience regarding or with reference to the role that you are applying for in this particular organization or you are giving an interview for. After that, you talk about your personality, you talk about your skills. When you talk about your skills, you can talk about it, one, with the point of view of that particular position that you are applying for, and your personal skills as a person or as a human. After your personal skills or your skills, you can then talk about your hobbies or you can talk about your strengths. Now, why do we want to know all this? Because these things you have mentioned in the CV, but in the CV we just mention the gist of it. We do not write each and every detail or a minute detail in the CV, right? The interviewer is trying to connect with you. The details when you give out, We expect you to talk openly so that we can know you more, right? After you talk about your strengths, you can talk about your hobbies if they are related to your the position you're applying for, right? And if you want, you can mention about your family. If not, you can just mention about your status, if you're married, if you're single, if you have kids, right? Then you end up, or you conclude by saying why are you eligible, or why are you the suitable candidate for the position that you are applying for. Like, these are my strengths, and I think these all strengths align with this particular position, and that's the reason I have applied for this particular position in your organization, and I would be more than happy if I come on board and join your organization. So when you talk about yourself, you just do not finish it, or just do not hurry and rush to finish things off. Do not give out anything and everything, but be very specific and just give the details which are required. If you follow a particular format, I don't think so this is the difficult question for you. This will be the most easiest question that you will be able to answer in an interview. Now, I will tell you the do's and don'ts of tell me about yourself. So, first, very important thing, do not rush. People are rushing. The candidates are very eager to know about the salary, about the role, even if they have read about things in the job description. So, do not rush to just conclude the conversation. Second, do not summarize your resume word to word. We can see things in your CV, we are reading that, or we have read it in before, so we are not interested in hearing about you. We are more interested in hearing you as a person. Third, tell or mention about your personal strengths, and if you can support that with example, nothing like it. Next, focus on the details and the outcomes that quantify. Next, highlight your personality. You are the king or you are the queen. Why are you suitable for this role? What is your personality? What kind of a person are you? Do highlight that, and it is going to support you, and this is going to create a different impact on the interviewer. Next, as told, avoid rushing into the deep conversations. Take it slow. Next, mention about your past experiences and the proven success, or the graph what you have achieved in your previous organization. And also focus on your strengths, focus on your abilities, and support that with example. Mention about the examples or the situations which have happened with you previously or in your previous organization. So make sure you follow all these do's and don'ts, and make sure you follow the way that we have just discussed, and this is going to take you a long way. All the best, and I'm very sure if you follow this, you are going to create a different impact, and you are going to be the hero of the interview, or you're just going to be the queen of that interview. So make sure you follow these tips. Subscribe for more.